Hey mini fans, welcome back to a sort of update quick video for Fifi. So recently we had a smell of fuel in the car, and obviously cars pre-SPI MPI, you had obviously a single line fuel line from the back of the car to the front, and then a second hose that was a breather pipe that went from the top of the tank out the bottom of the floor. So in the past, if you've ever got a strong smell of fuel in the car, generally it's to do with that breather pipe. It's come off. It's obviously a lot of time what happened, or it's split or something, because it's generally on the old ones it's a solid pipe, like a solid plastic pipe. Anyway, I thought it was usual smell from the back. I've changed the hoses on the fuel tank before, obviously upgraded them to R9 fuel lines, which cover you for E10 fuel. I'll show you in a minute, but I found one of the pipes had looked like it had got corroded, or not corroded, but perished, or started to break down. But yeah, I'll show you that in a second. And but obviously on an MPI SPI, obviously Fifi's been converted to MPI, so she's got the MPI fuel rails. The ventilation pipe goes all the way through to a canister at the front here, sitting underneath the wing. I checked obviously all three hoses on the back of the tank, so you got the send, the return, and obviously the breather pipe. Checked them all, and obviously, like I'll show you in a second, we had that perished pipe, so I've changed them again. I took the car for a spin, seemed to be fine, no smell of fuel, fixed I thought. Went to go use the car again the other day, and obviously strong smell of fuel. Happened to look underneath the car and see fuel pouring out from underneath. So I then thought, we've got a split in one of the fuel lines underneath, but I'm about to show you that was different. So obviously I'm spoiling it here, but there's a rubber hose underneath there, which I did not know was there. So I have got no idea how it got like this. Obviously this is kind of a point of why you should always do all the work you can on your own cars, because you know the state of things. All I can assume is at some point in the past, maybe when the rear subframe was changed, because I got someone to change it for me. But yeah, who knows? Something has happened. It's been disturbed by repair. Who knows? But it obviously wasn't how I'd expected to find it. That hose is the thing that I want to let you guys know about. I knew about the hoses at the front and the hoses at the back, but I did not realise there was a rubber hose by that fuel filter. So if you've been changing your fuel lines like I have to be E10 compliant, then you need to change this hose as well as, otherwise you'll see the same fault as me for a different reason obviously, but you'll have the same issue with perished hose that you didn't even know was there. Some of you, I'm sure, probably know it's there because you've had this issue before, or you've just found it and you've gone, I need to change that. But every day's a school day. I didn't realise it was there, so I'm letting you guys know. Then you can hopefully sort the problem out yourself and not be in my predicament where you've got fuel pouring out from underneath the car and you're confused on why it's pouring and all over your floor or whatever. So I'm going to stop waffling, because this is supposed to be a quick update, quick video. And let's get into what I found, and then get it sorted. Okay, so this is the fuel line I've removed from the top of the tank. Obviously you can see that it's R9, and on the back, if you can make it out, obviously that's upside down. Hang on, let's go around the right way. You might be able to make out the date, 2021. But anyway, so on the top, you can see that it's starting to, perish, fall apart. So yeah, I think we did well on removing the pipe on the top, but not what it actually needed. Okay, so I've got this problem with fuel smell, and today now fuel pouring from the underside of the car. Originally the smell was just coming from the rear is what we guessed, because that's normally the issue on minis. You get that breathing hose on the back, But anyway, here's the fuel lines coming to the back of the car. There's the fuel filter, and then boom. I have no idea how long this has been like this. I didn't even realise there was a rubber hose underneath it. I thought these lines went straight, like hard lines straight either side, because this side, as you can see, is a hard line. I assumed, there you go, this was a hard line as well. It's only investigating, you know, I'm expecting to come underneath here and find a broken pipe, you know, a crack in one of these lines, and it, you know, pouring down, and I've found a rubber hose. And looking by the fitting, it looks like it's something that's supposed to be there. And I've got no idea how, because I didn't originally fit these fuel lines. I don't know how long these have been like this. We've had, obviously, the subframe's been changed in the past, which obviously I'm looking at and now realising I think I might need to give it another coat of paint and a rub down. But, you know, yeah, here's my problem. There's not even a clip. I've got no idea what's happened here, but, you know, at least we found a problem. I literally thought I was going to have to change all these lines, which would be subframe off, exhaust off, you know, a lot of work. But I've just got a hose. Now, it goes behind the canister here. So, yeah. So, hopefully I could just undo these 2 screws. I've got to be careful not to disturb this one. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of fun. But, yeah, I'm almost tempted to put a clip on this. And, you know, but I don't know how this hose is. And obviously with the new fuel we've got, you know, we need to make sure it's the right hose. So I've got to try and get this off and change it. So fun. Let's get on with that. Right, so I've loosened this nut off, and then obviously this pipe that was behind the filter you can now see. So there's a clip the other end, but obviously there wasn't this end, which connects up to this bit here. So yeah, so I'm gonna pull this rubber hose off, and then we'll replace it. And then I don't know whether to leave it this side and then loop it round, or whether to then put it back. I might put it back behind. I'm assuming, you know, things are done for a reason, so I think I'll probably do the same. You know, for airlock issues, whatever, I don't know. But anyway, so either way, I've got a rubber hose I wasn't aware of, but I am now. I think Fifi might be a bit more noisier than she's supposed to be. I think that might be more of a silencer than a baffle. Okay, so that's all back together again. Got a nice new hose on there with a clip this time, so that should get us up running for now. Maybe in the future I'll think about changing this filter, because it has been a while since this has been changed by the looks of it, and then we can definitely get her running.